G'day guys, all things Bulldogs. Just want to talk about the story of Brad Authur being apparently shopped around to the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, shopped to a rival club. Now, he come out straight away and said it's complete news to him. He doesn't know where we get this stuff. So it's just David Riccio came up with this, right? This was his story. It's absolute bullcrap. He hasn't spoken to the manager. The manager hasn't told him he shot players around. That's absolute crap. Absolute garbage. And it's not even worth talking about. Reportedly, the team that they shopped him to was the Bulldogs. No, mate. It's an absolute ridiculous story. It's got no merit. Why the hell would a coach of almost a decade at the Parramatta Eels, leading into the finals, want to be shopped around for a start? If his manager is shopping him around, no, Kenty, that's not good management. And Anasta should have called that out. If you're doing that without your player even knowing, just to, get him another gig because he can coach. Because he can coach, apparently, says Kenty. To get him another gig because what are Parramatta going to do? What direction are Parramatta going to go in? If they don't win the grand final this year or make the big dance. They linked it back to that and then had a chat about, is this Parramatta's last chance? Should they rebuild and that sort of thing? I think that's a story that they have after the season's finished. Or, talking about when the big game's coming up. They've got a duty to sell the game. And instead they keep focusing on selling these stupid, made-up, unaccountable stories which impact people and players. Why, if you're at Parramatta, why the hell would you want to hear that your coach is looking at going to another club? And Parramatta and the Bulldogs, how many coaches have coached Parramatta and gone on to coach the Bulldogs? Tell me that. How many Bulldogs coaches have gone on to coach Parramatta? There's a reason. Because when you sign up for one of those clubs, there's been a few players swap overs from those clubs. Willie Tonga played for Parra and come over to the Dogs. But when you coach teams from there, you hate the Bulldogs or you hate the Eels. They're absolute rivals. We hate each other. And it's good for the game. And it's a healthy rivalry that the two clubs have. It's a healthy hatred because it's a hatred on the field, right? But no one in the Dogs has gone out and said, we want Brad Authur. And Brad Authur's manager didn't go and shop him to the Bulldogs. I can tell you that now. And if he did, without Brad Authur knowing, well, Brad should sack him. Because it's absolute bullshit. And David Riccio and Paul Kent and Brad Authur, who is a player manager, why the hell would you be talking this story up? Why aren't you talking about the blockbusters that are coming up this weekend that are so important in the run to the finals? If Parramatta are going to make the top four, they have to beat the Broncos this week. If the Bulldogs or Titans don't want to finish with wooden spoon, both teams have to win this week. And the Bulldogs want to get up their ladder. And obviously the Titans coach is fighting for his life. The Bulldogs have got a bit less pressure in that case. But both teams under huge pressure to win this match. It should be talked about. Every game is a good game in rugby league. There's no fizzes. Every game's a good game. And I'm sick of it when they sit there and go, West vs Bulldogs, what a crap game. No, a good game of footy. Every game. They've got a channel which plays every game of the NRL. And there's fans who watch nearly every game, like me, because I just love the rugby league. You know, if I run out of time, I watch the KO bloody minis. But I love me rugby league, and I want to see what my team are going to come up against when they play them. And I like to learn more and more about the game, and I like to hear positive stuff about the game. I don't mind the guy who does the intros to the big games and his poetic stuff. That's what we should be talking about. Talking to the teams and the coaches and the players to sell the games. Stop selling this bullshit about their coach wanting to leave them. Like, why would he? Absolute crap. And I'm pretty fired up about it. And I want us Dogs fans, whenever they link us to bullshit, we need to just laugh at it. Absolutely laugh at it. Right into Foxtel, right into NRL 360 and do Ask Kenty questions, knowing they'll never put them up. But just, troll the hell out of them, mock them. Because they're just grubs, mate. And that David Riccio, he's the biggest grub of them all. I swear though, it's a TV show, and they all take turns of being good cop and bad cop. They take turns at who's going to agree with Kenty, who's going to play devil's advocate. They work it all out before they do it. It is an actual television show. They don't just sit there and shoot from the hip. There's none of that happening. They all plan what they're going to do and what they're going to say. If they go off script, they get into trouble for it. The Bulldogs fans, don't worry about this stupid news of Brad Authur. Like, if you're an Eel supporter, it's like when Des come over. We were happy because we thought Des can actually coach, and we don't mind Des. I didn't mind Des Hasler as a player. He was fair, he played hard and tough, and he wasn't dirty at all, right? He was a good player, he's a good guy, he's funny, he's interesting. But at the end of the day, he was a Manly Seagull, he's not a Bulldog. And it was never going to work long term. It's just another stupid bloody story that I just had to have a rant about it because I'm bloody sick of them. And it's every stupid story they bring up, I'm going to say something about it. And if, you sit there and see there might be 400 views on it, that's good. 400 sets of eyes. People may disagree with me. People may know more than me about it. I'm happy to be corrected. I'm happy to be educated on anything to do with the game, with any of my opinions, any of the stats I quote, any of the beliefs that I've got. I'm happy for others to question that, and discuss it. We don't have to troll each other, but if you want to do that, that's up to you. Bit of banter is also good. Anyway, thanks to all the subscribers. 8 minutes having a rant about David Riccio and NRL 360. Don't worry, Brad Authur. No one's interested in him. He's not interested in us. He's got a job to do with Parramatta Eels, and it's just disruptive to their club and to their team to even mention that. And I think, while it's not they still had to mention the Bulldogs as part of it somewhere. Like, they just have to link us to everything. That apparently that person who leaks stuff from the Bulldogs has leaked that as well. I can tell you that person's not from inside the club. They are a person that wants to be part of our club. And there's always people who want to be a part of the Bulldogs organisation because it's a money-making machine. All right, Dogs, let's go. Gonna smash the Titans.